Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Murder Fieldhouse and Gregory Arena on the campus of North Central College. Tonight, CCIW women's basketball game is between the Millikin University Big Blue and your North Central College Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, this time I ask that you please rise, face the flag above the west end of the court, and join the North Central Athletic Band under the direction of Dr. Sean Kelly as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Big Blue from Millikin University. Starting on the guard line, a 5'5" sophomore, number 3, Yanni Sadler. A 5'5" senior guard, number 10, Rachel Weber. A 5'7" junior guard, number 25, Devin Curry. The other guard, a 5'7" junior, number 30, Emily Schultz. And a forward, a 6'1" junior, number 22, Lauren Moses. The Big Blue are coached by Logan Jones, assisted by Joanna Allen-McCaskey, Andrea Dorsey, Jason King, and Tracy Antis.
Tonight kicks off a 3-game stint at home for the North Central College Cardinals. The opponent tonight, Millikin University, who checks in 9-12, 3-9 in the conference. The Cardinals enter 10-10 on the season, 4-7 in CCIW play. Hello, welcome to another NCTV 17 broadcast of Cardinal basketball. Kevin Jackman, Eric Gruber here inside Gregory Arena, the place where the Cardinals will call home for the next week and a half or so. And with the playoffs out of the picture, it now turns the attention-wise to some of the younger players and instilling them a winning culture here at North Central. And we see this tonight. Maya Walls is in the starting lineup for the Cardinals and getting her first taste of what it's like to be a main contributor in the starting lineup, Eric.
And this North Central team has kind of changed up a little bit, trying to get primary scorers in each lineup they do. And you'll see a little bit different in who's attacking more often. You see Anita Sterling right away going to the basket.
Here she is from outside for three and splashes home a three.
Their focus is to get more shots to their primary scorers, and right away you see Sterling not taking any time. 2 shots on the first possession.
I want to welcome you in tonight as Millikin comes in as a late whistle is blown. A shooting foul, I believe, on the Cardinals. That is on Walls.
Mason Whipple on the bench post-surgery, had her ACL surgery last week. And hopefully a speedy recovery for her.
Really kind of the turning point of the season when she went down. The Cardinals currently on a 4-game slide, having just recently lost to North Park. But they have an opportunity in the next few games to get back on the winning ways. Sterling again connects from deep.
Sterling with 6 early points, 2 threes. And a good shift for her in her first minute of getting the start tonight.
Taken away by the Cardinals. Walls on the swipe. Outside, Grizafi hoists and banks home a three as well.
A little shoulder shrug and a smile from Grizafi. You don't see the smile too often. She's pretty even-keeled out there.
Sterling picks it off the turf over to Walls. Airballs a three outside, and it's going to be poked away from Grizafi, and the starting unit will come off the floor. And here comes the second win.
And a difference, Kelly Wallner now moving to the 4 instead of the 5 as she did in the last game against North Park. One of the best games she's played all year, too. She did a great job inside at that 4 position, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Outside, Cooney, a deep three. Off to the left, well off, and out of play. 8:44 and a good start for the Cardinals, who came out ripping early. 2 Sterling threes and a Grizafi bank lead to a 9-2 advantage.
The first matchup between these two teams at Millikin. Millikin and North Central were a 2-point game at half. It ended up being a 35-point game at the end, but it was a 2-point game at the half, and Millikin was controlling that game early. So the 35-point win by North Central might have seemed a little different if you actually watched that one, because Millikin played tough for a long time.
They have a very balanced attack with 3 scorers averaging just a shade under 15 a game, and there's one of them. A little jump shot, and that's Schultz. Emily Schultz, a 5'7" junior from Morton, and she's averaging 14.9 points a game.
It's a pretty young team, too, not a senior-heavy team led by juniors and sophomores.
Rachel Weber, the point guard, a senior, but aside from that, that's all. The rest, sophomores, freshmen, and just a few juniors sprinkled throughout. The shot rattles home, and it's good for Shannon Ryan, the Naperville Central product.
A nice drive there by Ryan. A little floater in the middle of the lane. She's done that a lot this year and definitely has gotten better, seems like, each and every week with that little floater.
Millikin having a tough time so far breaking the Cardinal full court press. The jumper in the lane is too strong off the glass, so no good for Cassie Summers. Make that Yanni Sadler.
Good
outside
find.
Cooney, off the mark to the right.
Very good pass there from Ryan. Find the wide open Cooney.
A couple of Red Hawks on the floor together. And in the middle of the floor, it's Weber, kicks it to the outside. Sadler, the jump shot. And it's brought down underneath by Schultz.
What's interesting to me is the 2 transfers on this team, both from Naperville Central. It's like they wanted to get away, and then they came back.
Travel called on the baseline. Hey, you see that a lot in college, the need to go away, and then you realize it's kind of nice to be close to home.
Shannon didn't go too far. She was at Benedictine.
Right down the road.
But got even closer.
Third unit out onto the floor. 7:13 to play. 11-4 the score.
Also a little difference. You see Dimitrova now playing a little bit of the 5 as they've switched that up, and she's going to be playing both the 4 and the 5, but I think you're going to see the 5 next year, so that's why that's being implemented now, to try to get her some in-game reps with it, not just starting fresh next year.
Near side, the shot taken and drained from the near side wing, and that's converted by Haley Toohill. So pulling within 4 is the big blue. As the Cardinals try to respond with their depth is Zorani, who checked in moments ago, kicks and drives. Down low, banging away, and that is a clear cut travel on the Cardinals' Hannah Vickus.
You want to see Zorani stay out of foul trouble. She fouled out in the last game against North Park pretty early in the 4th quarter, and she's had a couple games where she struggled with foul trouble. She's a very aggressive player, and sometimes that'll get her into a little foul trouble as she's going for those loose balls and steals. fix the net.
And the net on the near side. And there we go. It was caught up on the rim. And it's thrown right back down to the other end. So 11-7, 6:35. The Cardinals coming out of the gate pretty strong with the first unit, connecting on three-point field goals. They go deep to Schultz. Sterling gets back, and little jumper is strong off the back of the iron.
In the first matchup between these two, Millikin threw that pass a lot, so that's something to keep an eye on. Not a lot of teams like to throw that pass.
Sterling feeling hot. Maybe it's because she is. Three-pointers in the first 4 minutes. Tipped around and finally out of bounds off of Millikin.
And this unit has 12 points in about 1:20 of action.
Is Sterling really going to hit a fourth? Yes.
Why not? They're barely touching the rim either.
I mean, these are placed perfectly. Like you said, nothing but net.
She missed that first layup she took, and ever since she just moved out and said, I'll just take them out here instead.
12 points for the senior. She comes off the floor. The Lombard native. Stuck in the backcourt, and now lofted ahead. And there's Weber.
Yeah, open shot there.
Here's another one, and passes that up as well. Cross court, trying to find Schultz in the middle. They finally do. Outside now. Swung around a couple of times. Weber will take the three with 6 on the shot clock, and it's a good shot.
Passed up about 3 ones for a great one. And it paid off as she connects from 3 there. Get the lead to 7 for North Central.
Underneath and trying to keep that pivot foot is Kelly Wallner.
I was just about to
and
say.
a 3 in the key.
A long time in there.
And if the travel wasn't going to get her, it was going to be the 3 in the key.
When you're standing there ready for a second or two and then you catch the ball, if you don't make a quick move, that's usually going to be it. And she tried to make a quick move, but got tied up.
5:21 to play opening quarter. We'll also keep you updated on what the men are doing. They battle number 20 Augustana down in Rock Island. We'll get you scores just about every quarter or so. Missed shot from the near side wing. Weber with the basketball, lofts it down low, and the shot blocked. Dimitrova with the block and a travel called on Millikin. That was shades of Jamie Cooney underneath.
That's a good to see Dimitrova down there doing that, because next year, like we said, she's going to probably be a 5, and she's going to have to learn how to block shots. She's a big body in there, and she doesn't have to be quite the shot blocker that Cooney is, but being a presence means a lot.
Wheeling around is Lindsey Brennan. Near side Zorani, shot fake and a drive. Lofts one off the glass, no good. Bounced around and knocked out of bounds by the Cardinals. Cardinals have been on a bit of a slide of late. You mentioned the loss at North Park, but they also lost to Wheaton here at home, and that was a fairly demoralizing loss with them having not scored a field goal in the first 9 minutes of the contest. But you talk about how the season shaped up. They were looking fairly good up until that 4-game slide against Elmhurst. They were in the playoff picture. They were right in the middle of the pack, and then the slide has since kicked them out of it as Brennan intercepts that pass and takes it to coast-to-coast distance for 2.
Good job of anticipating the pass there from Lindsey Brennan. And also, kind of where it seems like the season turned was they had, I think it was a 16-point lead at Elmhurst early in the game. It was 29-13, I believe. And then all of a sudden, Elmhurst just caught fire. And that's kind of just where it seems like the slide started. North Central looked like they were going to win that game pretty easily. They were just doing everything right. And then all of a sudden, the tides turned. And since then, they've just struggled to find their footing since.
Tends to happen with a younger team. And it certainly doesn't help that you have so many moving parts as well. Cooney will drive and count the bucket, and she'll go to the line for another.
Good job of going left. She went left a lot against North Park as they were giving her the left side of the floor, and she was struggling a little bit converting her layups in that one, but so far in this one, 1 for 1, and Millikin doesn't agree, thinks they should have been a charge.
Correction, the foul is on number 40, Michaela Gilbert, her first.
Still asking for a foul is Lori Cairns, who's right now on the bench discussing it with the referee on the right side of your screen. Well, it looked like Jamie was trying to slide off to the left and avoid that contact.
That was a pretty good call.
I believe so. Lost it in.
You see some new faces in there right now with McHugh, Sellers, and Bradley. Coach Rue trying to get some of the freshmen some experience out here.
3 is good for Weber, and right now she is virtually their only source of offense. A couple of triples as Ryan U-turns out and gets a screen from Cooney. Now gives off to the senior, again off the glass and left it short. Last touch by Millikin and out of play.
And so far Millikin has 12 points and Anita Sterling has 12.
Sterling 12, Big Blue 12. That is an interesting score to watch over the course of tonight.
Sterling coming out on fire. There are only 3 home games left for the seniors, and make the most of it.
In the corner, that's McHugh. To the top and Ryan behind the back move outside Cooney. Lines up a 3 and short.
And shot clock came into play there. You don't see that often.
I don't even pay attention to it anymore.
That one just got off before the buzzer.
Shot no good. A battle for the rebound is won by the Cardinals. And here they come with Ryan out in front, but she does not have numbers. Kicks it out, and now an open shot. 3 is off the mark to the left for Jordan Bradley and out of play. Here comes Sterling back out onto the floor with 12 points.
And the last time North Central played here, like you said, against Wheaton in that first quarter, they went almost 9 minutes without a field goal. It's good to see a good first quarter from them here back at North Central College.
Cross court, now outside. The shot fake gets a couple of Cardinals to bite. The shot off the mark, and Heimerdinger gets it ripped out of her hands off the end line. Michaela Gilbert poking it away.
A good box out there by Heimerdinger down low. Good position.
If you're the Cardinals, are you just looking for Sterling right now? Like right there?
Yes, you have to.
I thought if she hit that, I don't know if she's going to miss at all tonight.
A little heat check.
Walls, cross court. Sterling wants it right back. Yes, again.
It's 15 in the first quarter for Sterling. She set her career high early in the year. I believe it was 28 at the Roosevelt tournament against Roosevelt.
Right now, she just feeling it from distance.
She's halfway to 30 and we're in the first quarter. Walls with a nice deflection there. Deflections are huge, I think, in the system. You're always double teaming, and deflections just mess up the quick passing that the other teams try to get accomplished to get those layups, and just little deflections to throw them off.
Should mention, we're very far away from this right now, but the most points in a game for a Cardinal is 40 for Tess Gotthard back in 2014 against Millsaps.
I mean, the best player to ever come through here looks like it is Wallner. She's got a lot of the records, I believe, just career-wise. And we have a Wallner on the team. It's not.
Yes, we do.
Kay Wallner. She's Kim Wallner. We got Kelly Wallner. I don't know if there's any relation. I don't think so.
By the way, another record that we should be watching is 3-pointers made in a game. That belongs to Miranda Grizafi with 7, and that is in serious threat right now.
5 already.
So keep that in mind as we take in this contest. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter as Schultz knocks down the contested jump shot with Cooney right in her face.
That was not an easy shot.
Reedy wants a 3. High archer, big bounce, and out of play last touched by Lindsey Brennan.
What I was thinking when you were talking about the single game records is if someone that was not a part of the system didn't hold the single game record for 3s, I would have been very disappointed.
For 3s or points?
3s. Tess Gotthard did it without hitting 3s.
Yes, she did. She was efficient scoring the basketball.
That was a double overtime game, I believe, too. That doesn't take away from it, but just to throw that in there.
Jumper for Schultz again. Her and Weber have combined for most of the Millikin points. O'Neal dumps it down low. Wallner tries to split a pair and is fouled.
Good pass there from O'Neal to Wallner. Get Wallner to the free throw line here. And 15 of the 25 coming from Sterling. See if she can get 92 like the high schooler last night. No, that was a little bit. If you watch the highlights, it wasn't really a good 92.
The cheap night. I don't even know if it was possible to have a cheap 92, but that's cherry picking.
Yes. Didn't run, barely cross half court.
It's one way to do
defense.
it. Wallner misses a pair and controlled by Millikin. Schultz in the backcourt. Whipped across and a quick three-point shot off the mark. Strong, following up with her own rebound, but almost losing it out of play. Nice pass out, and near side.
Completing the Cardinal line change.
And it's going to be Cardinal basketball.
Number 31,
Vitkus will check in for Wallner, who missed a pair.
An update in the men's game at Augustana. North Central leading 9-8 with 12 minutes to go in their first half.
Jessica Dolly with a three. Pushes it back to a 12-point lead for the Cardinals, and look at this hoist down court as Schultz gets it and puts it up with the left hand.
Hate to say it, but Dimitrova got the assist there. She tried to corral it and tipped it perfectly for Schultz to go lay it in, as Dimitrova was just trying to make a play on the ball there, just couldn't corral it.
Underneath, Zorani kicks it out. Dimitrova cuts. And then, big collision there on the left block, but a travel preceded it. And Dimitrova will go back to the bench gingerly on, looks like maybe one of her ankles.
She's had some ankle issues so far this year, and Anita Sterling watch as she checks back in the game with her 15 points. See if she can get one more look here. Only 19 seconds.
This is not an official stat. Schultz again pours it in from 10 feet away.
Schultz wants to shoot those mid-range jumpers, and she's getting them right now.
I would venture to guess that 5 1/4 is a record. How about 6?
Oh, we got a
no,
foul.
But a foul. They will get the foul on Sterling, and she'll go to the line for 3.
Dance team and cheerleaders are on the court, and they're going to have to get back off.
And hold on a second.
What are they going to call?
Foul was on the floor before the shot. The score at the end of the first quarter.
I don't know about that.
It
it wasn't on the floor because it was okay. Well, the foul is called. There's no free throws.
Interesting. Well, 28-20 is the official first quarter score. I'm not sure how you get a foul on the floor before the shot.
It couldn't have been before because there wasn't anything before. It had to be after. It couldn't have been before. That's not impossible.
I guess so.
But if it is that, if they're calling the foul after, that's still a shooting foul because it was part of the shot as she was coming down. She got fouled.
Plus, there should be still time left on the clock.
And they probably just don't want her to shoot free throws.
First quarter is a good one for Anita Sterling and company. The senior with 15 points tonight on 5 3-point field goals. And she was feeling it in that first quarter, and she'll actually start the second quarter on the floor with her unit.
That was an exciting first quarter for Sterling, to say the least, and we'll keep you on record watch all night as she's going to have a chance at the threes, and we'll see about points.
Schultz outside. And in and out, no good, as Sterling hits the deck hard. And then somehow finds herself in the right spot at the right time, and a jump ball call. As Lauren Moses was reaching upward while still on the ground to tie up Heimerdinger. And here come the Cardinals in the second quarter. We're off and running once more. Heimerdinger wheels around, now pops out. Zafi near side wing. Sterling wants again, and she's off the mark. Karam's off the rim, controlled in the corner, thrown towards the middle of the floor. And a foul called in the middle of the lane. Is it a shooting foul? I believe it is.
A good save and pass there by Lavia over to Juarez, and Juarez makes a nice little move to get to the free throw line. And it's not that easy to save it and make a good pass at the same time.
Interesting seeing somebody else wear number 3.
I was just about to say, Mason Whipple-like.
Veronica Lavie, a freshman from Aurora, Illinois, is donning what usually is Mason Whipple's number. Out in front is Weber, pushes it ahead to Sadler. To the middle of the floor, and Schultz, who's been so good tonight. 3 well off the mark. Sadler right there on the weak side, skips off the back of the rim. And Schultz stripped by a trio of Cardinals. And here comes Sterling out and running, kicks it out, Heimerdinger. And Levy outside Sterling, shot fake and a drive, dumps it down low. Juarez made a nice move, but didn't see somebody behind her. Heimerdinger will take the 3, and it's strong. Schultz the rebound.
You like to see Juarez just go up with that right away on that right side, as she usually does. She looked like she had it, maybe just kind of second-guessed herself. And it was a good pass from Sterling there. And you're looking forward to shoot right now. Every time she drives, they probably think she's going to go up with it, and she just kind of changed it up there and made a really good pass.
Schultz, the leading scorer for the Big Blue with 10 points, 5 of 6 shooting, and largely from mid-range. So an efficient night despite taking low percentage shots. Outside, Cooney, a 3, 0 for tonight, and continues to be just a tad off the mark. 8:30 to play, second quarter. Schultz again, jumper. This time forced the issue a little too much.
We saw Schultz before the game, pregame, just taking a bunch of mid-range jumpers. She knows she's going to get them, especially today going against the system, and she's taking every single chance she can get with it.
Ryan outside Reedy. Down low, entered into the post, and Wallner, nice spin into the lane and left a shot off the right side of the rim.
Good move. Just not able to get that one to go.
Poked away, Wallner to Reedy, who had the strip. Down low, Ryan gets it battered away from her, and in the backcourt they go.
Half a second too late on that pass, as it was a good idea to get that one to Ryan, just a little bit too late.
Devin Curry was the one to knock it away, but a quick turnover gives the Cardinals the ball right back. Thank you for joining us tonight. Kevin Jackman, Eric Gruber here inside Gregory Arena. The Cardinals and the Big Blue battling in a CCIW matchup. No playoff positioning or hopes remain for these two teams, but pride certainly does. And the ability to see what you have for years to come as Jessica Dolly, one of the younger players, gets a nice move underneath the basket.
Especially the seniors for North Central. You want to go off on a good note.
Cardinals love those.
That's always an exciting play, getting the 5-second calls.
That's the first one I've seen in a while. 7:15 second quarter. 11-point lead for the home team. As Dolly puts up a 3 off the mark, almost banked it off the glass. And here comes Sadler racing up the floor ahead of Schultz. Schultz stops on a dime and stripped. Going up, Gilbert came up empty. Brennan into the lane, kicks out. McHugh will take the 3. That's high off the glass. Sadler again whizzing by a pair of Cardinals and over to Schultz. She's double teamed, picks it off the hardwood. And on the sideline, it is last touched by Dolly.
An update for you for the men's at Augustana. Augustana leads 14-9, 7:20 to go in the first half. North Central, a big scoring drought. Haven't scored in about 5 minutes.
That is a low scoring game.
I feel like they've been a part of those two teams. They kind of know each other's sets. They know what they're trying to do, and they're well scouted. And they can't always get it going on the offensive end.
The men are almost the exact opposite story as the women's team. They were kind of in purgatory for a while, didn't know whether they were in or out of the conference tournament. For the most part, they were sitting in 5th, but a recent surge has them in the top 4, and especially after a win against North Park, a ranked team, expectations and hopes are high, and they would love a win against number 20 Augustana tonight down in Rock Island on the road, and still without one of their best players in Connor Reardon, as they hope to get him back soon as well.
In that game, Sorensen, 8 of the 11 points. so far for the Cardinals. In their last couple games, Jagger Anderson has set 2 career highs in a row. I think 23 and then 25 against North Park. So he's been playing fantastic. He's only got 1 point so far in this one, and see if he'll get going again.
He was rewarded last week for his high level of play with the CCIW Men's Basketball Player of the Week. First distinction that the Cardinals picked up this season.
Most of the time when you win that award, you got to go 2-0 on the week. Most of the time, unless you go absolutely nuts or have a triple-double or something. And
Sterling wanted the block, but a lot of contact down low.
From this angle, it looked like a foul, but
I thought that was a foul.
But you never know from what happened down there.
So going to the line is Yanni Sadler, a sophomore from Macomb, Illinois.
And Millikin this year has had some very good wins. They've beaten Augustana, and they didn't just beat Augustana, they beat them by 15 earlier in the year. And Augustana 8-4 in the conference, right in the mix of it to get into that conference tournament. They got a young team, and they've been getting better as the year goes on.
Rizzafi, far side wing, over to Walls. Into the corner, Sterling. Down low, and Vick has almost lost it. Outside Sterling for her 6th of the night, and it's off the mark. And that was an out of bounds.
Sterling might need a layup to go down. See the ball go through the basket as she's missed her last couple of threes. I wouldn't say she's cold, but she needs to maybe just see one go through the basket to get her going again.
5 threes in that opening quarter.
She's one of the, definitely on the team in the conference and maybe the nation. Once she's hot, there's not many better than her.
She puts one up, and a foul called on Millikin, a blocking foul on the outside on Weber.
Well, they do owe Sterling definitely some free throws, even if that was a charge, because she got fouled at the end of the quarter and they didn't give that one to her.
Sterling to the line. Shooting 2.
So she will take a trip. That's the second team foul on Millikin here in the second quarter. This has been a fairly clean game as far as whistles are concerned. If I'm not mistaken, there's a combined 5 fouls between these two teams.
There's an example of seeing the ball go through the basket here. It doesn't even have to be a layup, just something to go through the basket. She buries both of those. And Heimerdinger so far 4 assists, so she's the one finding Sterling.
Inbounded to Lauren Moses and ahead to Weber.
I was always surprised you didn't see more double-doubles with assists in the system, just from finding those trailers and corner shooters from the point guards. But it's not as easy as it looks because you need them to knock down the shots always. And sometimes when they shoot low percentages from threes, they're getting to the free throw line a lot when they win games. And those are never assists.
Walls with a clean block, or so we think. But she touched it as it went out of bounds, and they're going to reset the game clock because they said Walls possessed it before stepping out of bounds. That was what the conference was about. Underneath the basket, a little jump shot is no good. Pinballs around and finally controlled by Millikin. Almost stripped by Reedy, and a dangerous pass to Weber.
And that inbounds pass underneath, that's a pass that shouldn't get in there. That shouldn't get in on that inbounds play.
A deep 3 taken and made by Devin Curry, a junior, and maybe it's just the last name. Wallner tips it out.
It's only a matter of time before that was referenced. You can't have that name and not, it's like if your first name was LeBron.
Oh yeah. Cooney pulls it down. Ahead to Ryan. Near side, Sierra O'Neal, the 3 off the mark. Wallner one-hands the rebound back down to earth, and a tie-up underneath belongs to Millikin.
Right now you see Millikin kind of creep back into the game, getting a lot better defensively. They're keying in more on Sterling, and North Central struggling a little bit offensively.
Midway through the second quarter, the Cardinals up by 8. Cardinals have used every single person they have available tonight. Weber races past 4 out of the 5 Cardinals across to Sadler. Underneath is Moses. Pass is deflected. Moses a jumper. She rolls it in.
2-possession game now at 6. This Cardinal team needs to get something going offensively. Defense still pretty good. It's the offense that's stalled.
Dolly with a nice shot fake and drive. She is tied up.
Jump ball belongs to the Cardinals.
And this one will belong to NCC.
I thought that was pretty good defense in position there, and it might have been a little bit of, obviously, body on that, but if you're in position and you get the ball, and you get that jump ball call.
Miscommunication on the inbound, and it results in a dangerous throw to Dolly. Outside, Dimitrova kicks it. 3 from the near side wing is Dolly, and she's off the mark. Sadler pushes. Dangerous shot fake has Dimitrova whizzing past, and a travel called on Sadler. She got going without putting the basketball on the wood.
We'll see if Sterling can get that offense going again. She already has more than half the points so far for this Cardinal team early in this game. I know we're still in the first half, but 33, she's got 17. Grisafi hasn't gotten a look since her bank 3 in that first quarter.
Nice little floater in the lane for Sierra O'Neal. Those are her first points of the night. Puts it back to an 8-point game. Moses to Sadler. And into the front court they go.
Nice split there.
And
that was a late charge call.
Offensive charge, and it seemed, what, 2-3 seconds delayed?
I think it was are you going to call it? All right, I'll call it. You see Heimerdinger back at the 1, as she's kind of shifted around between the 1 and the 2 this year.
Sterling wants it again and almost had it. U-turned around the rim.
Good to see her staying aggressive, even though they're not going down as they did it early on.
As Sterling takes an elbow to the face.
That's going to be a foul on her. I don't know if, I don't like the call just because you're in the circle. Is that the reason you think they're calling it on her, on Sterling?
I'm not quite sure. I think sometimes when somebody falls down, there's an immediate whistle and you have to call it on somebody.
But you catch an elbow to the face just because you're in the circle doesn't mean it's a defensive foul. That means the offense player can do anything they want, I guess, right? Because she wasn't. It's not like she was trying to take a charge and she was in the circle. She was just running with her.
She was just cutting off. Right. Wallner the rebound, left behind, and she'll give it ahead to Lindsey Brennan. And a Millikin player just wiped out on the floor, unfortunately, as Cooney hits a 3. Her first of the night.
My favorite line is tripping over the half-court line. I fell one time during a game and someone said you trip over the free throw line. I went, oh, that was a pretty funny line, I thought it was.
Pretty good.
I didn't understand it at first. When you're in 7th grade, you don't really get everything.
I always like in football the turf monster comes up and gets you.
Yeah, and that one I've always used, tripping over the 30-yard line, something like that.
Yep. Whistle will blow play dead at 3:05. We're going to talk about something at the scorers table. Good first half, though, for the Cardinals so far. They've gone through spurts where they've had difficulty scoring, but for the most part have put up a pretty consistent and relentless attack both on the offense and defensive ends.
Sterling led the way early with those 15 first quarter points. She still has the lead, obviously. She's got 17 points leading the game, but she's cooled off since. The Cardinals picking it up a little bit more now.
That is a 3-point field goal on the near side for Devin Curry, who's connected twice tonight. Back to an 8-point game as she gets the steal. Weber the jumper, strong, and the Cardinals will allow it to roll towards the bench.
And you saw Curry there kind of going in and steal that from from Brennan. I don't understand why more teams don't put pressure on the point guard in the backcourt against North Central. Is when you see them get a rebound, they're only looking for the point guard. They're not looking for anybody else. And they're allowed to do that when nobody pressures them. Another 3 from Cooney and see if she can get going, just like Sterling, 2 in a row.
No hesitation there on that pull.
See if they're opposites. Sterling gets off to the hot start, then cools off, and Cooney get off to a cold start, now heating up.
You almost wonder if teammates want to like high five and try and take that heat off of someone's hand and take it for yourself. We'll call that a foul on the Cardinals. So 3 team fouls apiece with 2:14 to go in the second quarter. Again, I mentioned this a few minutes ago. I'll say it again. Pretty clean first half in regards to foul situations.
Sterling has 2 fouls, so that's something to keep an eye on. Can't pick another one up here in the last couple of minutes of this half. Now you see Dimitrova, who's been playing the 5, back at the 4, so she can play both. It's nice to have somebody that can play both positions.
Thrown across. Weber the 3, Strong, Ryan the rebound. As we hit 2 minutes to go in the first half, here the Cardinals come. Reedy a 3 off to the right side of the rim. 11-point game. Shot across into the lane. Moses, the jumper, good. That's a tough shot to hit with your momentum carrying you towards the basket and pulling up.
And so far, the Cardinals 9 for 27 from 3. You take away the 5 for 5 start, they've really struggled from 3. I'm talking about the 5 for 5 start from Sterling.
Here's Shannon Ryan, and she buries a triple as well.
The thing is about what's happening that hasn't been happening in recent games for the Cardinals, they're getting looks from 3. They're not just kind of dribbling around looking for someone to go. They're actually getting good looks and passing the ball well right now.
Backdoor cut, nice. Nice find for Moses. Nice conversion underneath for Sierra Birdsell.
I don't have any stats to prove this, but it's probably a bad way to start a statement. But I've always noticed when they play well, their assist numbers are up. It means they're passing the ball well, not trying to go one-on-one too much, not forcing the issue, and they're finding each other for their open shots. And right now, it seems like they're passing the ball very well.
4 assists for Caroline Heimerdinger, 2 for Walls, 2 for Brennan, and another one for Dimitrova.
10
Shannon Ryan as well.
1 minute remaining in the half. 1 minute.
Under a minute to play as Selena Juarez takes it away. Cooney has hit 2 straight, and she comes up a little short right there. As a shooter, you just go,
At least it was on target. That's what I would say.
Hey, you know, honestly, though, a lot of shooters say, I can excuse myself for missing if it's long or short, but I cannot excuse myself if it's off to the left or right.
Yeah, that's definitely a true statement. I would agree with that.
Rizzafi, splash, bottom of the net, and the Cardinals have opened the floodgates.
No bank there. Couldn't touch anything but the net.
No shrug and smirk either. That's a true 3. 30 seconds remaining. Sadler racing up the floor. Birdsell with the shot and BB's it in.
They have done a good job of staying away from Cooney, as Cooney has no blocks in the game. And you know what? Even if that was not a double dribble, whatever they called, they're pressuring the ball in the backcourt, and that was what caused it.
They did call a double dribble.
I just don't understand why more teams don't do it. I think it's a very good strategy, and it's not going to make you win the game, but it's just going to throw off North Central just a little bit.
Well, you keep them out of that mindset of racing it up the floor and initiating all the moving parts. Moses directing traffic, far side corner. Good. Connecting is E.C. Theis, a freshman from Newega, Illinois.
Good close to the quarter here for Millikin as they get back into it, get it to single digits. An 8-point game at half.
47-39, 15-minute timeout, and we'll leave you with a scoreboard update of the men's team.
26-22, North Central leads at the half at Augustana in a defensive battle. Sorensen leads all scorers with 10 points for the Cardinals.
Erwin Henry right behind him with 8 is Nolan Abel. 6 points, leads the Vikings. That'll do it for us in the first half. Join us in the second. It's a 47-39 game. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. exciting first half of play, capped off by 17 points from Anita Sterling, has the Cardinals up 47-39 as 10 minutes get put back up on the clock. And we're just about set to go. Sterling inbounds it to Caroline Heimerdinger, and we're off and running.
Sterling, 17 points in the first half, 15 in the first quarter. Let's see if first and third quarters are her quarters.
Started off 5 for 5 from behind the arc. And although she did cool off, missing her last 4 attempts, what a first half that was. Heimerdinger fighting for the rebound into the corner, and it's controlled by Schultz. The miss from the near side wing, Grizafi.
Grizafi started off 2 for 2. That's her first miss from 3. And Heimerdinger, 4 assists in that first half.
10-second violation will give the Cardinals the ball right back.
Lindsey Brennan also with 3 assists, so the point guard is doing a good job of finding open shooters.
Mentioned this in the first half, and I won't talk about the points record because I think that's a shot in the dark at this point for Sterling, who has 17, but the record is 40. Said a couple of years ago, but the three-point record is certainly in jeopardy as Sterling tries to scoop it into the lane, no good, and comes up empty on the steal attempt as well. 7 is the record set by Miranda Grizafi last year. And as we just mentioned, Sterling with 5 in that first half, 5 in the first quarter, in fact.
Schultz seems to like to do that little one dribble to the left with the left hand and then pull up from mid-range, and she's done a very good job of that so far tonight, as she now has 12 points to lead Millikin.
Heimerdinger the 3 on a step back off the mark. Controlled, and a offensive foul on Grizafi.
She got Curry almost going to the ground on that little step back.
Just got word that a NCTV 17 alum is watching the telecast tonight from Arkansas. Charlie Edwards, who is now a news anchor. He betrayed the sports department. He's now a news person.
Well, there's probably some sports mentioned still.
Wallner bats it right back out of play. 8:41 to play, third quarter. 47-41, the Cardinals led by as much as 13 in that first half. The lead whittled down to 6 on a couple of occasions, and again right now, 47-41. At a 5-second violation on the baseline, second time tonight.
And a 5-second call and a 10-second call in the first minute 19 of the second half, so the Cardinals working hard defensively.
Inbounded to Michaela Reedy, over to Sierra O'Neal. A couple of crossovers. And outside Reedy the 3, well off the mark. Cooney the rebound, and the Cardinals will reset.
Right spot, right time rebound there for Cooney. She did a good job crashing the glass, landed right to her. And that's going to be a foul every time as you reach over the back on that entry pass into the post.
Wallner had good position in the middle of the lane. Basically nowhere to go for Moses. I mean, you're getting shut out. Inbounded to Cooney. She was working hard a moment ago to try and free herself for a 3. And she'll set a screen for Ryan. Ryan, the shot fake, gonna drive. Stops on a dime and heads out.
Cooney's second on the team in scoring so far in this game with 9 points.
And a foul on her way to the basket. That is the second team foul here in the third quarter, as this unit will check out and the third unit to appear on the floor will come out and take their place.
See Paula Zarani get going, as she's done a very good job lately of just shot fake on the left side of the floor, driving right and getting those reverse layups to go.
Underneath, Dimitrova will draw a foul as well. So 3 fouls quickly here in the third quarter. And that first half was fairly clean. We remarked on it a couple of times that there were very few whistles and pretty fundamentally sound defense. But here in the third, Millikin has already committed a few infractions. Dimitrova, soft touch on the free throw line.
Dimitrova's first points, and she hasn't even had a shot attempt so far, and she's played so well as of late for this team at the 4. Making a little adjustment going to the 5, so that's probably why she's not getting the looks she usually gets, trying to adjust on the offensive and defensive end. Positions, once again, in the system, such a big difference as you hear 4 and 5, that you think, oh, it's just inside people, and that's not how it is at all in the system. 4s are the post players, and the 5s are the trailers looking for the 3s in the back of the press.
Serrani bit pretty hard on the ball fake that Schultz put up. And oh, Lindsey Brennan just got up and swatted that out.
The long arms of the freshman point guard.
Oh, my.
just sent that one away. She now, with her first block of the game, she is a stat line with 3 assists, a steal, and a block.
Off the end line, Schultz stepped on the red painted area. And, you know, after that rejection, Kyle Leixline was just introduced as the women's volleyball coach. He may have a new recruit on his hand. That was fun to watch. Brennan, athletic, but also long. Not your prototypical point guard in Division III. Nice swipe for Dolly on the off-the-mark pass attempt as Zerani cuts baseline, kicks out. 3-point attempt. Brennan got every piece of the rim except the bottom half.
A good step through for that pass. Break the press there, and you don't see that too often.
Schultz again, dribble shot, good. You mentioned that a moment ago. That seems to be her go-to move, and even though Brennan was right there, couldn't force the miss. Again, Moses, the rebound, skying above all the Cardinal post players.
A little momentum for Millikin right now. Cardinals need to get a stop.
Weber, Schultz from the free throw line. A good again.
And what was it? Left-handed dribble. She wants that one dribble to gather herself and go up with it, and then pretty easy jump shot for her. The mid-range game's kind of a lost art nowadays, and she's bringing it back here.
Zerani a miss from point blank, and then a foul to follow that up. So right now, Schultz trails only Anita Sterling in points scored in this game, 16 on 8 of 10 shooting. She also has 6 rebounds and a block.
Giving an update for the men's. Augustana leads North Central 32-28, just under 15 minutes to go in that second half. The Cardinals with another little dry spell from the field. Low scoring affair in Rock Island.
Sadler gets it across and trying to set something up, spins around a few times. Over to Moses, middle of the floor, and Schultz drives and draws the whistle. Schultz extremely active in this third, and it's almost as if Millikin went and game plan for this second half and said, let's give the ball to Miss Schultz.
Schultz, 16 points already, 8 for 10 from the field, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. 3 turnovers, so I thought those were the assist marks, so no assist for her, but doing a great job of just knocking down those mid-range jump shots, that one dribble left pull-up, and right now just completely dominating the game in that sense.
Down to a 3-point game after Schultz splits a pair.
One possession game for the first time in a long time. Since the first possession of the game, probably, when Cardinals hit a 3.
Walls off the mark. Grizafi the rebound on the offensive end. Sterling the drive, a crevice there, off the glass and good.
Sterling, for her, a long drought there as she hadn't had a field goal since the first quarter. Now she's got 19 points for the game.
Weber shakes off Walls across, and Sadler crosses the timeline before the 10-second violation.
Really making Millikin work to get across half court.
Two-Hill off the mark. Batted around a few times and into the hands of Grizafi. Ahead of Heimerdinger. Juarez is alone on the block. Gets it off the glass and good.
That was a good start to the play by Grizafi with the outlet pass to Heimerdinger streaking down the middle of the floor. Without that, that layup's not there.
Schultz swings at Moses from 10 feet away. Strong off the back of the iron, and it's no surprise that Millikin has struggled in the last few minutes. Schultz hasn't been as instrumental in the offense. Heimerdinger off the glass, no, but a good look.
Sadler hasn't really got much going for Millikin as she finds Schultz for the wide open mid-range jump shot, of course. She knocks it down. She wants those mid-range jumpers, 9 for 11 now. And they're probably all mid-range jump shots, those 11 shots. She's not going to shoot the ball from deep.
And she's not going to shoot the ball from short.
Unless it's a layup.
Cooney at the top. Into the corner, Ryan. Down low, Wallner. Cooney fighting for the offensive board, and on the baseline, she gathers it in. Reedy over to Ryan, left alone. Open 3. Strong. Cooney the rebound. Second offensive board over to Reedy. And Wallner commits the foul on Moses.
Good job there by Cooney chasing out all those rebounds. 2 offensive rebounds, now 5 rebounds total for the game to go with 9 points. This Cardinal team letting Millikin hang around right now with the Schultz mid-range jumpers. They're not knocking down their threes as of late.
Five-point lead for the home team. Moses from the elbow takes the jumper and brought down by Sierra O'Neal.
Coast to coast.
And a foul called on Weber, and from this vantage point, it surely looked like a jump ball.
And Weber thought it was as well, and she was a little animated after that one. O'Neal going coast to coast after the rebound, getting to the free throw line here. The Cardinals going to bring in a new 5 for the first free throw. Well, new 4, I guess. One will wait for O'Neal.
Line change for the Cardinals.
Cardinals really haven't been to the free throw line much in this one.
Just a few trips.
6 for 10 in the game. Free throw shooting has been an Achilles heel for this Cardinal team throughout the season.
Missed a pair. Vitkus right there brings it down and puts it right back up.
Great job by the freshman to battle down low and not just assume make on the free throw.
Almost another 5-second violation on the Big Blue. Tipped straight up. Brennan with the presence of mind to tip it over to Vitkus, and she rolls one in.
Kind of the awkward stop and didn't know what to do with it, went up with it, and scored.
And a travel called on the Big Blue, E.C. Theis.
Freshman getting it going here for the Cardinals with Brennan and Vitkus up there causing havoc, creating turnovers and converting. Vitkus with 2 baskets.
Underneath Brennan with the shot, but the foul is on the floor. That is the 5th team foul on Millikin, so it will result in 2 free throws regardless.
Lindsey Brennan to the line. Shooting 2.
Back to a double-digit lead for the Cardinals.
Just like that, it was a 3-point game, now back to 10, possibly 11 after the second free throw from Brennan. And Cardinals are full of spurts. Millikin's done a better job of this game as the last time these two teams played. Like I said early on, it was a 2-point game and a half, and the Cardinals went on to win by 35. Millikin in the third quarter just kind of laid an egg. And right now, North Central making a little bit of a run, but Millikin hanging around more.
Sadler weaving in and out. Schultz, oh my, just from every angle, gets it to go. It's impressive. Dimitrova spins into the lane off the glass. Oh, wow.
Great move there by the freshman. A little finger roll to finish.
Tip straight up. Dimitrova there. Kicks it out. Zerani. Ball fake. Cross court. Near side. Dolly cuts to the floor. And a travel on Zerani after a questionable travel on Dolly.
I was going to say they maybe felt like they need to call that because Dolly got away with one.
60-50, under 3 to play, third quarter. Thanks for joining us tonight on NCTV 17. Sadler near side and poked out of bounds. Last touch by Sadler, according to the near side referee.
Must have gone off her foot there as McHugh kind of just poked it away. Cardinals right now, you like to see them end this quarter strong, maybe try to put this away at the end of this quarter, as Millikin's in that danger zone of falling too far away.
Ryan swishes a 3 that I thought initially was a lob for Cooney.
Maybe real central connection. Didn't happen there, but one of them connected.
Now a 13-point game. That's the largest lead of the night for the Cardinals is Schultz. Oh my, she just missed. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Only her 3rd miss of the game.
Bradley a 3, good for Bradley.
It's nice to see Jordan Bradley get in there and knock down a 3. The Cardinals, there's another little spurt, get up to 16, and Millikin taking a timeout. You can tell they know that's a danger zone right now. It gets to 20 and probably call it quits.
That's a full timeout for the Big Blue with 2:14 to play in the third. Consistency has always been an issue for this women's team, and it's nice to see them consistently put up an attack tonight against this Millikin team. Now let's go to the men's team that's in Rock Island. Scoreboard update.
36-35 in a back-and-forth defensive game. North Central leads by 1. Erwin Henry now leading North Central with 13 points, followed by Sorensen with 12. And to give you a women's update and mix of the CCIW, some of the teams in contention. Elmhurst leading Carthage 49-30 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. So Elmhurst looks like they're going to win that one. Carthage blew out Wheaton in their previous game. Of those two matching up, they beat them by 26, 70-44. A surprising one. Now Wheaton leading Augie 48-44. Augustana at Wheaton with just starting that fourth quarter there. So that's a big one for Augustana as they could use that. And Elmhurst and Carthage, another big one. CCIW pretty top heavy right now at the fourth place team at 8-4. Usually that's more around 500-ish or just a game above. And the changing in the conference, kind of some new stuff with Carroll coming in, so it kind of shifted the winds a little bit.
A little surprising to see the Cardinals sitting 4-7 after back-to-back berths into the CCIW tournament. But injuries and a little bit of inconsistencies have plagued this team from the start of the season.
Schultz missed another mid-range jump shot. 2 straight. Hope she's okay.
And a 3 in the key on Moses. Gives the Cardinals the ball back, up 17.
Schultz, 21 points, now 10 of 14 from the field. Still pretty good.
We'll give it to her. 7 rebounds to boot.
Only 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She'd probably like to see herself get to the line a little bit more, but she's not really trying to get to the line. She only drove 2 times. She's been happy with those little mid-range jump shots she's had wide open.
Sterling fights up a shot and can't get it to drop. Ahead to Schultz under the basket, lays it in.
23 now for Schultz. And Millikin, good job out of the timeout, good defense, and got a fast break layup.
Grizafi for 3, strong, big bounce. Walls comes flying in and swats it away, but right to a Millikin player. Hesitation move, blocked underneath, but a whistle.
Grizafi silently is a pretty good shot blocker. She doesn't really wow you and go up there and get crazy ones, but she's in the 2-on-1. She's done a very good job this year of blocking shots. I'm going to look up exactly how many she has. And so far this year, 6 block shots, more than I would expect from Grizafi.
After that lead up, I was expecting like a 20.
All right.
As a guard.
Especially on the press.
Yeah, you don't typically come up with blocks.
Cooney leads the team with 39. Sterling with 16. A good timeout there by Millikin as they respond now, get the lead down to 12.
Little mini 4-0 run. Wallner kicks it out. Reedy for 3. Well short. Cooney snags it and keeps the possession alive for the Cardinals. Shot clock is still down to 12, though.
Millikin right now getting some stops defensively. That's what they need to get back into this game.
Curry drives into the lane, off the glass, count the bucket and a foul. It's going to be potentially a 9-point game.
You know what, Cooney so far 0 blocks in this game. They've done a good job of shielding their body and not really letting her get any chances to block shots. That was her best chance so far in this one. The Cardinals had a little spurt with the Vickus layups, 2 in a row there from her to get the lead to 16. And right now, Millikin responding after their timeout, possibly a 7-0 run, barring the free throw here. If your last name's Curry, you don't miss free throws.
9-point game. 35 seconds remaining. Ryan hits the accelerator and has to pull out. Left-handed shot. Skillful.
Good left hand. And that'll get Ryan to 10 points now, double figures for the Cardinals. There's going to be a reach-in foul from the behind on Zerani.
And shooting will be Millikin.
Well, they're going to call on Ryan. Thought it was on Zerani from behind.
I thought it was as well. 19 ticks left, and they might correct this foul call. Or maybe not.
Zerani saying something. Maybe she's saying it was on me. I don't know.
Maybe she was saying something.
I don't think, was Ryan even part of it?
I thought she was on the outside.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think she was even in there on that. Oh, well, only her first. It's not like it's her fourth foul.
Right. That'd be very different if it was.
Yeah.
Couple of misses, and it's status quo, 11-point game, 12 seconds left. Dolly cuts into the lane and reverses out. Dimitrova spins in out to Dolly. 2 on the clock. Jumper. Ooh. No good. And that's how the third quarter ends. And Zerani was still going. 68-57 after 3. And Cardinals certainly can't hit the cruise control, but they got to be feeling pretty good about being in control of this game.
Yeah, up 11 going to the fourth quarter. They usually get stronger as the quarters go on, as the other teams wear down. Millikin's going to have a little surge and more from Schultz, so she's got 23 of their 57. And an update from Rock Island. The men for North Central lead by 1, 41-40. 7:40 to go. Erwin Henry up to 17 points, so it looks like he's taking over that ball game. And the Cardinals, that would be a big one for them.
Keep in mind, Augustana is ranked 20th in the nation. Coming into the season, it was North Central, Augustana, and Illinois Wesleyan as the ranked teams in the conference. And all 3 of those teams fell out. In fact, North Central and Illinois Wesleyan haven't battled back into the rankings. Augustana has. North Park is the only other team currently ranked, and they'll probably fall out with the next rankings, having lost to the Cardinals this past week.
And Jawan Henry out with a leg injury for them. They're going to need him back soon. One of the better players in the conference, just like Connor Raritan.
Deflects off the bottom of the rim on the pass attempt, and a foul called on the Cardinals.
It's going to be on Grizafi.
Said she got Moses on the elbow.
Third foul on Grizafi. Another chance to get it back to single digits for Millikin.
Ten-point game.
Right now, Sterling only 4 points since that incredible first quarter. And see if she gets going again in the fourth quarter and the seniors can close the deal, as you've seen them do a few times this year at home, and the scoring in the fourth quarter. Right on cue, Sterling for 3. Oh, in and out.
Look good. Curry into the lane, forces up a shot as Sterling stayed down on the ground. Another forced shot, rattles around. Moses gets her own rebound and clears Sterling and gets the basket.
And the problem is Sterling, no matter what, can't get a call because she's in that circle. And that's the downside of that circle down there.
Grizafi straight away. Takes a hard left turn. Pushed ahead 2-on-1. Curry dishes off Schultz, easy lay-in, and the Cardinals may want a substitution timeout soon, if not now.
Just like that, it's a 5-point game, and Millikin's right back in it.
Grizafi a 3, and that will certainly help ease the Cardinals' minds.
Grizafi now 3 from 6 from deep, and we're going to do 5 in for the Cardinals.
There's a 13-2 run before Grizafi hit that 3. Over to Sadler. And the Big Blue break the press.
Schultz looking for that mid-range jumper. She's up to 25 points.
You know, if you wanted to design a defense just to stop her, you'd probably go 1-3-1 and just clog the lane.
And there's a turnover.
Ooh.
On the inbound. I don't think she stepped on the line.
Certainly did not.
I don't know about that call.
We're sitting right down that line. And I think her right hand crossed over, but I don't think that constitutes a backcourt violation.
You know what was caused on that turnover there? Pressure to the point guard. Cooney and Ryan were not on the same page, even though they went to the same high school.
Walls with the drive, stripped on her way, and will take a trip to the free throw line for 2.
Big Blue foul number 30, Emily Schultz, her third. First team foul, fourth quarter.
Spring is soon going to be here, and with that, of course, are the spring sports here at North Central, and some good news for 2 teams that play on the diamond. The Cardinal baseball team selected as the top CCIW preseason team, which is no surprise, back-to-back regular season conference champions. And the softball team selected 3rd.
It's funny you mentioned the baseball team. Just had dinner with Nick Satiros, who's selected as a preseason All-American, who was an All-American last year.
A doubles machine. One of the games we covered happened to hit a grand slam.
Something that about Nick real quick that's funny is he hates being walked. You see, if you ever just look at his face, he wants to swing the bat every chance he gets.
Well, he's probably going to be walked a whole heck of a lot this year, I'm guessing. So he may not like this upcoming season, but he will certainly be a feared force in conference.
And they've been kind of toying with the rule in the MLB. I don't know how wide it would go about the intentional walks just being going to first, no pitches. I always wondered if Nick would swing in one of those intentional walk pitches.
Good old Miguel Cabrera. Down low, Dimitrova.
Dimitrova back at the 4 there, and right when she gets back there, she has a wide open layup.
7:15 to play, almost taken away off the inbound. Curry has emerged as a primary ball handler here in the second half, trying to find Schultz. She'll bunny hop into the lane. Nice drive to the basket.
Curry-like.
Very nimble.
And McHugh now at the 5. She's been a 3 all year, so it's a change in position for her.
Paula Zerani with the 2-pointer, 76-67. As these teams just continue to trade baskets with 6:40 to play.
That's Zerani's first basket of the game. 2 points for one of their leading scorers.
And that's just straight up swiped. McHugh just committed theft. Over to Zerani. That's her second.
Only takes 1. 2 in a row. 2 baskets in a row, not 2 threes in a row for Zerani. Now to 5 points in the game, and there's a senior in the 4th quarter getting some baskets.
Back up to 12, the lead. 6:23, 4th quarter. Sadler. Weber, who's been quiet tonight. And a hand check foul on Hannah Vitkus.
Foul number 31, Hannah Vitkus, her first, second team foul.
I didn't see the hand, but maybe he was on the back.
She certainly doesn't seem to be objecting to it, so.
Usually it's a quick look at the official if you don't agree. That didn't happen there.
Thrown up and almost taken away by Heimerdinger. Schultz, and that's her soft spot. There it is.
Left-handed dribble. And the mid-range jumper. And there's the pressure on the point guard and steal. The Cardinals are so used to just inbound the ball right away to the point guard. And you put a little pressure on them, and they're going to throw them out of their comfort zone a little bit.
Bit lucky to come away with a defensive stand right there with the 2-on-1 with Weber and Schultz. Grizafi just kind of saying, go. Walls, near side. Grizafi takes the 3. Front of the rim, no, but Sterling there, and a reaching foul called on Thies.
The 3rd team foul, so only 1 more to give for the Big Blue. I'll give you an update from Rock Island. The Cardinals lead by 1, 48-47, 3:44 to go in that one. Erwin Henry up to 22 points. So he looks like he's almost got half the points for the Cardinals. Looks like he's going to be the one they're going to down the stretch, the way it's going there.
Drive for Cooney, kicked it out, and the Cardinals have to recover. Ryan picks it off. Behind the back, nice move, and cannot finish it. And a fight for it, and they will call a foul before the tie-up. And that might be the 4th foul on Millikin.
She doesn't agree. A little sarcastic smile.
Moses called for the foul. The inbound goes to Cooney with the fresh shot clock. Off the glass, soft touch.
Up to 11 points now for Cooney in double-double territory. There's going to be an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on the big boy, number 22, Lauren Moses, her 4th, team 5th.
Don't see that call very often.
You don't see a lot of foul calls in general called before the ball's inbounded. They let kind of, at all levels, they let havoc break loose, and then once the ball's inbounded, it's a hand check.
And they'll place this ball on the baseline, which is where the inbound was coming for before. And Millikin was lining up as if they were going to take the inbound. That was funny. Inbounded to Cooney. Over to Ryan. Shot fake and a drive. Kick outside Reedy. Cooney pulls. Yes!
That's a hand-down, man-down shot. You're not going to guard me. All right. If you insist. Cardinals
went out of bounds.
Forced a lot of havoc in the backcourt today against Millikin.
Certainly nice to see, especially after Wheaton picked them apart in the full court press.
Wheaton was a tough one for the Cardinals. As it went all right for Wheaton and all wrong for the Cardinals.
Wallner the offensive rebound and a travel called on Ryan.
15-point lead here right now. Cardinals are at that kind of spot where you don't play. You got to play to still to win. You don't want to play not to lose, which is a big difference. Is you stay aggressive offensively, stay aggressive defensively. Don't get complacent and just keep playing your game.
Inbounded to Weber, who races up the floor. Schultz on the drive under the basket. Shot, I believe, caromed off the underneath of the rim, and a jump ball called and belongs to NCC. Under 4.5 to play. Heimerdinger almost lost the basketball, goes to Walls, shovels it underneath, and she definitely stutter stepped before letting that one go.
I think she saw her right when she was about to make her move and couldn't decide if she was going to pass or shoot there and got caught in between. We'll keep you updated heavily on the men's game as that one's nearing the end.
That's a foul on Heimerdinger.
Cardinals with a 3 take a 4-point lead, 53-49, 2 minutes to play at Augustana.
Aiden Chang with the big shot. He's had some of those sprinkled throughout this season.
Only had 2 points to that 3, so that's a big one.
It was a very similar story for that Carroll game, and then all of a sudden he hit that 3 down the stretch. Schultz again will take the shot and misses this time.
You notice every time with her, the left-handed dribble first. She wants that left-handed gather dribble. And Dimitrova looked like she was open for a second, couldn't get that look from Heimerdinger, as Heimerdinger probably was trying to figure out a way to fit it in, but couldn't.
Sterling outside Walls, pressured by Schultz, and able to shrug her off and draw the foul. So she'll go to the line for 2.
Millikin right now has to apply that pressure and try and create something, get a steal, anything to go the other way. Unfortunately, they're in the bonus for them, and it's going to keep sending Cardinals to the line with the hand checks. 2 free throws for Augustana, gets it back to a 2-point game.
Line change for the Cardinals. Into the game for
Interesting scoring output for North Central. 22 from Henry, 16 from Sorensen, and then after that, and Anderson with 8, Chang with 5, Capoletti with 2, and the bench was 0.
Not how you usually like to draw it up.
But a win they wouldn't care, right?
No. Oh, no. It's played in a pair. It's 85-69. Sadler, 3, near side corner, back of the rim. Curry, the 3, back of the rim as well. 3 for the price of 1. Schultz will step into a jumper. That's just too easy.
Left-handed dribble, elbow jumper, bang. And that's been the story of the game for Millikin offensively. And Schultz up to 29 points.
That is a 30-second timeout for Millikin. 3:25 remaining in this game and a 14-point lead for the Cardinals. The guests have 5 fouls as a team collectively. The Cardinals 3.
Cardinals, they've done a good job in this fourth quarter. Is the lead got down to 5 and looked like Millikin was going to have a chance to get back into it. And all of a sudden, right back to it, got up to 16 all the way, and now we get a 14-point lead, 3.5 to go. And I think I got 6 players out there right now. Oh, no, we got 5. This Walls shuffles off. But I know she's cooled off and hasn't really scored much since the beginning, but Sterling, got to give a lot of the credit in the game to her. She still leads with 19, but off of that hot start, if she's not off to that hot start, you don't know where this game's at.
Ryan absorbs a lot of contact there from Weber racing up the floor. Zerani looked like she wanted the shot. Gives way to Ryan. She's stripped off the baseline, and Dimitrova couldn't collect it in. Want to remind you that on Saturday we will have a doubleheader of basketball here inside Gregory Arena. The women take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays at 5, and the men will then soonly follow around 7 o'clock or 7:30, depending on the length of the women's game.
And that is senior night. Last game of the year here for the Cardinals. And the women will have, for the men for the Cardinals, and the women will have one more. I think it'll be against Carroll.
But it's not a Saturday, so
yeah,
it will still be senior night for this women's team on Saturday as well.
Yeah, just one more home game after that, which you don't see too often, but it'll happen occasionally.
Nobody wants a senior night in the middle of the week.
Want all the friends and family to be able to make it if possible. And the Cardinals, for the men, only have 1 senior in Jagger Anderson, and the women 4.
Schultz battling to try and collect a foul. And nothing going there with 2:45 to go. The Cardinals in control, 14-point lead. Sterling wants a 3. Again, can't connect. Been tough sledding since the opening sequence.
The ball kind of ping-ponged around on there on the offensive rebound attempt for the Cardinals. Right now, Millikin's got to work quickly offensively. They're taking their time.
Sadler, line drive 3-pointer is off the mark. Curry up and under. And it's pulled down by NCC. Paula Zorani emerges from underneath the basket. Stripped by Curry. And a foul before the shot on Zorani.
Curry relentless. Just trying to go after that ball. Get away from Zorani. She finally does. Curry kind of filling out the stat line. 13 points, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds to go with 3 steals.
Busy night. Her and Schultz have certainly been extremely active, as has Moses, actually a double-double at this point. 10 points, 15 boards.
Curry's not on triple-double watch, but she's putting up triple-double like numbers with the 14, 9 rebounds and 6 assists.
One of my bucket list items is to see a 5x5 at some point.
I don't know if that'll ever happen. I mean, blocks and steals. Wait. Quintuple double? Is that what you're looking for?
Quintuple, 5x5. So
yeah.
5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
Oh, my bad.
5 steals, 5 blocks.
That might. Oh, like, are you talking about often. Like a game that you see in person?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about a quintuple double. I was going to say, no.
I think that'd be really cool. A foul, Sterling draws on Moses and will go to the line. There was an NBA player, Andrei Kirilenko, who used to specialize in that, and by specialize, I think he did it 3 or 4 times. But it's hard to do. I mean, it takes a versatile player to be able to collect, like you said, 5 steals and 5 blocks to go along with those other categories.
Yeah, the rebounds, points, and assists, that doable. But the steals and blocks, whew, one or the other would be impressive. Both, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Sterling trying to get to 20 points here, and she does.
Splits a pair, 86-73.
20.6 rebounds for the senior. Cooney follows up that with 14 points and 7 rebounds.
Off of Sterling's knee, and they're going to say it is off of Weber and out of bounds.
And Weber didn't agree with that.
Over to Brennan, minute 40. Corner, Cooney. Outside, Zerani. Entered in, Sterling down low, draws the foul. And Schultz, who did not appear to move, is still holding her arm straight up and down.
That's her 5th. She had her hands up almost to walking to half court. She finishes the game with 29 points in the game high. The left-hand dribble, pull-up mid-range game was her specialty today. I think she had 1 layup, 1 free throw, and the rest were all mid-range jump shots. 14 of 21 from the field, 29 points, 8 rebounds, and now 5 fouls.
Boy, is that impressive to do that damage from the spots that she was. Quick update from Rock Island.
57-54, North Central leads, 38 seconds to go, and they have the ball. Looks like there's a 13-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So the Cardinals will have to get up a shot, and we'll see if they score, if that'll ice it.
Taken away by Sadler, and Walls looked like she grabbed a bit of Sadler and pulled her back. No foul called as a minute remains, and the pass thrown out of bounds.
Brennan looking for Sterling there, and Sterling was going to go down to the block.
Overall, pretty good game for the Cardinals, who lead by 16. They've done it inside and outside, early and late, and all in between. This one is all but certainly done. With under a minute to play.
And this will get them to 5-7 in conference. And Elmhurst senior night coming up. And maybe had struggled against them last time, lost by 22. But like I said earlier in the broadcast, they had a 16-point lead early in that one and kind of just fell after that. But you somehow kind of squeak out a win against Elmhurst and creep back up to 500 in the conference as you have Carroll after that, who's at the bottom of the conference. And I think as a senior, you just kind of want to finish as best you can with Sterling and Cooney and Zerani, Grizafi, the seniors on this team. And timeout taken as Cooney extends it to 16. That's 16 points for her. The Cardinals just want to go out on a good note as their last 2 games. They go to Illinois Wesleyan and at Augustana. That'll be a Tuesday finish. And the men 57-55 on a free throw, splitting a pair of free throws as the Cardinals turned over their inbounds pass, and Augustana stole that, got fouled, and now the ball will go back to the Cardinals. 33 seconds remaining, up 57-55.
Hopefully that one will finish before our game is over. We have 42 seconds left here as Millikin comes out of the timeout.
Sorensen knocks down his first free throw attempt. This Cardinal team, good win here against Millikin at home. Want to finish strong at home. Got 2 home games left now after this. Oh, kicked ball there. 2 home games left against Elmhurst and Carroll. And this breaks a 4-game losing streak, so going to be some relief in the locker room, I'm sure.
When it first started, they were 4-3 in conference, and now 4-7 out of the thick of things Obviously some disappointed players. Jumper off the mark, and the Cardinals could, if they want, hold it from here, and they will.
It was a tough game at North Park as they had a tough first 3 quarters and kind of finished the third quarter pretty strong, but down 17.5 in that one. Came back to make it a 1-possession game late in the fourth quarter. Just were not able to finish that comeback, but good job comeback against Millikin strong here, getting the win, and that'll do it.
Final buzzer rings, and the Cardinals emerge with an 89-73 victory over the Millikin Big Blue. Improving to 5-7 in conference play, the Cardinals have 2 more home dates to try and wrap up this season on a positive note. Strong game tonight all the way around.
Sterling with the hot start, 15 in the first corner. She finishes leading North Central in scoring. And this North Central team just played very well all around and really let the runs get to them by Millikin. Millikin cut it close a couple times, but North Central just extended it back to double digits right away. And Sterling finishes with 21, Cooney 16, and Ryan with 10. Those are your double-figure scores for the Cardinals.
That'll do it for us tonight. We'll leave you with the men's game sitting 59-57 with 17 seconds left. So stay tuned to the StatCaster for that. For everyone involved tonight, our producer back at the studio, Rachel Glover, our on-site producer and cameraman, Chris Picciolo. My color man, Eric Gerber, I'm Kevin Jackman saying so long. We'll see you Saturday for a double feature of Cardinal basketball on NCTV 17.
Your North Central Cardinals improved to 11-10.